A lot of Angel Reese fans are not basketball fans, and they are proving it. They proved it last night without a shadow of a doubt.
Without a shadow of a doubt, that was a legendary flop. I mean, seriously. That might have been one of the most embarrassing scenes in sports recently. You might be thinking, come on, Rhodes, what was so bad about it? Well, buckle up, my friend. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark and the Arena of Echoes, the LSU game that no one bothered to attend last night.
It was last night's attendance. 6,373 fans showed up to watch Angel Reese and Haley Van Lith, and by the way, she did get a very good pop. Very good pop from the LSU crowd, the ones that were actually there.
A grand total of 6,373 people showed up to watch Angel Reese and Haley Van Lith play. Now, before you think, hey, that's not terrible, let me hit you with some math that even your high school teacher would find tragic. The arena's capacity, 13,215 seats. To half fill that place, you need 6,607 fans. What did they get? 6,373. Not even halfway, not even close. You could practically hear individual nacho bites echoing off the empty upper deck. So that whole people are showing up for me too narrative? Yeah, that's garbage. Total nonsense. Don't let anyone sprinkle glitter on a pile of empty seats and call it a parade. To be fair,
don't let anybody try to blow smoke up your ass. And look, Angel had a good game last night. She did. Now, I got to be real here, and she does look like she has worked on certain parts of her game. She went 15 and 10. She was 4 for 7 from the field. Wasn't a bunch of offensive rebounds and attempted putbacks. That's the kind of game that people want to see, or that people have been looking for, that actually care about basketball.
Angel Reese did play well. Let's give credit where it's due. Angel put up a 15-point, 10-rebound double-double. She went 4 for 7 from the field. Pretty efficient, actually. She wasn't just grabbing rebounds and flinging up desperate shots. It looked like she's genuinely put in some work, but, and this is a big old but, let's not pretend this was some WNBA level showdown. They were playing against a team full of players who are still learning how to properly tighten their headbands. Not pros, not even close. And oh yeah, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are set to face the same team on Sunday, so if you want to compare pops and presents, just wait till that storm hits. Meanwhile,
I noticed it right off the bat. Look, number one, look at all the purple seats down here in this lower bowl section. And then the entire top bowl, forget about it. Forget about it. There wasn't anybody there. This was it wasn't even half full.
The crowd was playing hide and seek. Look, I noticed it instantly. Look at the lower bowl. All purple seats. Empty, sad, lonely. And the upper bowl? Forget it. You could have hosted a small cricket match up there without disturbing anyone. The place was so empty you half expected a janitor to be the 6th man on the bench.
Oh, how about Haley Van Lith checking in? These Twitter videos are just out of control. Look at all those empty seats, folks. That is crazy as hell. I mean, empty, all that. Never mind all this. They could have put black tarps over it. Look at that. Look at that. Look, the WNBA still got problems.
When Haley Van Lith checked in, even she probably thought, wow, did they forget to open the doors? These Twitter clips are wild, just rows and rows of empty seats, like someone tried to throw a party and forgot to send the invites. Final thoughts, the WNBA's got work to do. Look, I'm not saying one player is the savior or the problem, but this turnout, this ain't it. This isn't about hating. It's about being honest. Sure, there were cheers, a few solid plays, a decent performance or two, but when half the arena looks like a ghost town, it's hard to pretend everything's fine. The WNBA still has real problems, and they go way beyond one player or one team. Let's not lie to ourselves. Let's not sugarcoat stats with spin. The seats were empty, and so was the hype. Alright, for those of of you still clinging to denial like it's a warm blanket on a cold day, let me just rip that off real quick. Yes, I did the math. Not TikTok math, not astrology math. Real, calculator in hand, no excuses math. Last night in a 13,000 seat arena, there were over 6,800 empty seats. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. Not that there were many last night. 6,800 plus empty seats. That's not a small gap. That's a Grand Canyon of fan interest. And here's the cherry on top, $15 tickets. You heard that right. Some of y'all pay more for a sad drive-through meal and a milkshake with the consistency of drywall paste. People are watching for me too. Yeah, number. Now, here's where it gets, let's say, boldly delusional. Angel Reese came out recently with the classic combo meal of public personas. I'm the victim and also the villain. People are watching for me too. Ma'am, respectfully, no, they're not. They weren't last year. They aren't now. And I've got data, not vibes, to prove it. I tracked this stuff. I made videos. I've done my homework. When Angel was playing in her own home arena, they couldn't sell out. You know when they did sell out? When Caitlin Clark came to town. Let that sink in. 5 million Instagram followers, but where were they? Look, Angel's got a future. I'll give her that. Influencer? For sure. Content creator? Absolutely. Podcasts, brand deals, Insta glamour shots with the perfect caption filter combo. Go crazy.
Ta-da! Today I'm pulling up the receipt on my secret hobby. Who doesn't love Legos? Yay! So when I was in college, I never really went out, so my free time was building Legos. It's a stress reliever.
But here's the brutal truth. Those 5 million Instagram followers did not walk through those arena doors. Not even a drizzle. Not even a sprinkle. Not one drop. You'd think at least 500 of them would show up just for a selfie with a foam finger. Nope. Expectations meet disappointment. Honestly, I didn't expect them to sell out the arena. Let's be real. I had low expectations. I thought maybe 9 or 10,000 fans would show up in LA, but this flopped beneath my already tragically low expectations. It's like ordering a meal expecting mediocre, and it still arrives cold, undercooked, and in the wrong bag. Facts greater than feelings. Now I know what some of you are gonna say. This is Angel Reese hate. Wah wah. No, it's not hate. It's statistics. You know? Facts. And guess what? Facts don't care about your fanfiction. Carver Hawkeye Arena sold out 15,000 seats in 27 minutes for Caitlin Clark.
Sold out WNBA game at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Now that game, of course, is between the Indiana Fever and the Brazilian national team.
Yeah, and the game, of course, marks the return of Caitlin Clark to Iowa City. So very exciting. It sold out in less than an hour. There's still a chance, though.
And meanwhile, in another zip code, Angel's game can't even hit the halfway mark in a building that's barely larger than a Costco. That's a wrap. So no, this isn't about hate. It's about calling it like it is. Empty seats don't lie, ticket prices don't lie, and clout doesn't convert to crowds. If that stings, good, because truth burns hotter than Twitter hype. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and of course stay tuned for more WNBA hubs, where the only thing we sugarcoat is our coffee.